Shuddhaanandaa Brahmachari. He's so the term Brahmachari is basically that of a great teacher, and this is what Shuddhananda Ji is. He's really globally acclaimed because he's a teacher, he's an author, he's an advocate, he's a peacemaker, and in fact he also runs a microcredit lending organization. He's from Bengal, which is in eastern India, and he's speaking to us from Calcutta today. In 2005, he founded the Stress Management Academy, and he's done a huge amount of work with corporations, with schools, with individuals, in order to reduce stress, primarily through mindfulness exercises, meditation, and all of these areas in order to bring a more calmer, stress-free environment into people's lives. He's done this for many years. He's toured the world. Although we didn't know about him until very recently, one of our attendees said, you must go and hear him. And then we did, and we thought we must release him onto our audience because he's a phenomenal speaker. And so we invited him, and he's very kindly agreed to join us. He has been around the world, and he's won many awards for his talks. I shan't embarrass him anymore. I'll just hand you over to him. He will introduce the topic that he's going to speak today, and it's wonderful to have him with us. Shuddhananda Ji, thank you very much indeed for being here with us on this day, and we really appreciate your attendance at this time. So thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Ramanuji. Thank you so much, Sonarima. And I'm so thankful to all of you. And a very good evening from India, and a very good afternoon to all of you there. And I really feel truly blessed this moment that each of us today, we have a golden opportunity due to a very unprecedented kind of a situation globally, that we all could be in our own space, in our own place, in our own homes. Yet we will be able to just be in one platform, one space, where we could, learn, we can develop, we can practice, we can expand, we can do many things. So this whole opportunity has opened up globally, and Zoom is just zooming all over. So I definitely am very, very thankful to Ramji and Sonaliji for offering or creating this beautiful opportunity. And Madeline, you are such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful soul to have connected all the three of us together for creating this beautiful evening from India and a beautiful afternoon for you there. And I see Sue Bird there also joining us from Chicago. It's so wonderful to see you, and I see each one of you. And I really, really share the deepest love of my heart to each one of you. Though maybe we do not know each other, but deep inside, our souls know each other. Because in this particular universe, nothing happens without a cause and effect chain. Everything in this world is somewhere deeply connected to a tapestry of interconnectedness, interrelatedness, interdependentness. And all of it, again, follows the universal law of what we call as cause and effect. So it's like those of us who are here, we were meant to be here. These 49 participants that we see, were meant to be here. So I truly welcome you all, and would love to express my deepest gratitude to each one of you for gifting your presence. so that we all can discuss. And please take it. Don't make me go blah blah time. Stop me and ask me some question, or rather share your own experience from your own viewpoint, from your own experiential point, so that we all learn from you. It's not that, as Ramji talks about me, that I'm a teacher. No, I'm not a teacher. I'm a learner. I'm a student, a lifelong student. To me, the only teacher in the world is the Universal Mother. To me, the only teacher in the world is the nature, the Mother Nature, the Mother Earth, with her infinite creations, her infinite projections, her infinite creativity, and all filled with such infinite wisdom, love, compassion. So that way, I don't think I'm a teacher, but yes, child of the Mother Nature, as we all are. And it's always such a great joy to learn, even from a child, or from a tree, or a plant, or a bird, or a creature which is just crawling on the earth plane. And the more we open our heart in the process of just absorbing what is being showered to us all the time from infinite sources, the more we are available, more it sinks into our consciousness. More the knowledge that happens is not just a borrowed bookish knowledge. It becomes a part of our experiential nature. And that's the only time we truly change. It's not so much of the intellectual knowledge that we can feed into our brain as data and information as we do in the computers. It's not how much we know, but it's how much we feel what we know. It is how much we can put into practice what little we know. How we try to translate all that we have learned so far into our day-to-day practice in such a manner so that every moment becomes a celebration for us, knowing fully well that life is absolutely neutral. It's neither good nor bad. It's neither fair nor unfair. It is available to all of us to create our own meaning to life by our own what we offer to life, what we give to life, what meaning we are trying to create out of life, and all of it through our practices. Today, I thought of talking to you about the art of pausing, or the need of pausing, which is essentially a part of mindfulness practice. I know all of you must be very, very well informed about this whole concept of mindfulness, which has really gone so mainstream all over the world. We all know how important it is at an individual level, in a family level, at a community level, in the global level, in the national level, in the political level, everywhere, every individual on earth. We so deeply feel the need that we need to be more mindful rather than forgetful, rather than more unmindful. We need to be more aware and more conscious of the moment, of the present, than be caught up all the time in the mess of the past memories, which may not be at times very pleasant, yet it doesn't leave us. It doesn't leave us alone to be who we are at a particular moment of time, even if we so much wish to. It so much clings. And we try to resist, but it only persists. And we have seen that those of us who have always been giving so much of time to our past memories, which are not so pleasant ones, have always seen that the future that flowed out of it wasn't pleasant either. Hence, the need, the deepest need that all of humanity today needs is how we learn the art of being mindful in this particular moment of time that we find ourselves. And this cannot happen because our brains are so programmed with all kinds of memories of all the past that we had before we even came to our body at this birth. And all of it is continuously there with us. Whatever we are thinking, there is so much of past involved in it. And whatever we are trying to create for the future also has so much of it anchored in the entire past memories. So the real challenge for all of us is to be mindful, is to touch the present moment. To pause is not easy. Because we, all over the world, since our birth, since we started growing up, since we started going to school, since we started mixing in the society that we lived in, everybody told us to do things, do things, do things. Prove ourselves, and our only way by which we could prove is by doing. But nobody talked to us from the earliest childhood. My child, you also have to learn the art of being your being, that you are a human being, you are not a human doing, that you could become an addictive doer. The great rishis of our land, the great sages of our land, the great seers of our land, what did they ultimately, in their enlightened state of consciousness, what have they realized? They have realized one thing, that sense of doership is false. That I do, that I am doing, that I shall do, that I have done. All this sense of doership in my part, it is false notion of my mind. An enlightened state is a state where you transcend this bounds of the illusion of sense of doership. An enlightened Buddha state is that state wherein you are no longer an addictive doer in order to find happiness in life. Without doing anything, still you could be in a state of utter blissfulness. You still could be inside of you when nobody is from outside helping you to be happy. But deep inside, you are happy with yourself. As if your mind is good enough, friend of your lifetime, who could be the ultimately trustworthy friend of yours, your own mind, in a state of awareness of this gift of the present moment, where you allow the divine energies that are surrounding you all the time, you try to be more open and available to it, and you try to sing that into your body, your mind. And then just be in that state of bliss, be in that state of happiness. And once we start to do this practice over a period of time, our brain learns a new skill to slow down. Because we don't even know that. Our brains have always been taught from the earliest childhood to gallop, to run, to go fast, always in the fast forward mode. Because we have never learned how to push the pause button. We have never known how to push the stop button. If you ask me, okay, for a few seconds, could you just stop your inner chatter? I'll just say, sorry. cannot do it. You all know it. You all know it by experience. Most people who have all had their initial bouts of the meditation practice, they have all come out with one common statement. The moment I sat in order to just be quiet and calm and concentrated, that's the time when I became the worst. And it was absolutely chaos of my mind which came in front of me. Maybe normal time I'm not as bad as that. Maybe when I'm sitting to do my meditation, that's the time when I am really nuts. I'm crazy. Because craziest thoughts keep just pouring from all sides into my mind, is bombarded. And then I start to think what's all happening. I was supposed to be sitting quiet. I was supposed to see a mind which just be calming down and I'll be in a blissful state as many people talk about. And what's happening to me? So most people get discouraged. They don't understand one basic fundamental fact that for ages, we have only trained our brain to be super active. We have never allowed our brain to just slow down, other than when we go into our sleep mode at night, when we are gradually relaxed enough to just go into that sleep where our brain, our body, our cells rest, rejuvenate, become creative again. So the next morning when we wake up, we are freshened enough to take the challenges of the next day. This art of slowing down the brain requires each one of us to rise up to the occasion, to rise up to the need, deep need. What? To learn how to pause. Just imagine, when I'm talking to you, we may not be conscious of the fact I'm pausing between my words. Between words, there are pauses. When you are looking at me and listening to me, just think about it, that there are pauses between your breaths. You breathe in and there is a pause. You breathe out and there is a pause. You know, when I love to see the Animal Planet channel of the TV. So it just fascinates me. One thing I have really watched, which I want to share with you, is this. Have you seen that whenever a tiger or a leopard or any of those cat family has just spotted a deer up there, what do they do from the time in a herd of deers they spot one? And once they spot one that they want for the food, then what do? They just don't jump. Do they? No. Gradually, first part they will run and then they stop. They stop. And did you see when they stop? You must keenly watch what do they do. When they stop, that means they are pausing. Now, the moment they pause, you'll see that they're gradually growing in size. That means they are garnering all their strengths together into a laser-like beam of consciousness towards its prey. Yes or no? It's not that here is my food, I jump and get it. No, that's exactly what we humans do. We jump into our actions. We get into the car, quickly put the key on, start, go, whoosh, you're on. We don't stop. We don't stop before the car starts, and then we don't stop for a few seconds that now the engine is on. Let me sit quiet for 5 seconds. And let me see where I'm heading to. Okay, I'm heading to my workplace, office, store, anywhere. 5 seconds, I quietly sit And I just program my brain. Now I'm going to this destination and I reach there safe and everybody will be safe. And I'll totally enjoy this journey because this will be a driving in absolute mindful state. Few seconds of reprogramming of your brain before you even started your car off mechanically, because that has been the practice of the brain. You don't have to drive, you know how to drive. It's a mechanical process, it's an autopilot process. But the tiger doesn't do that. Look, they stop, they pause, and they garner all their attention into one focus. And once they're totally sure, then they leap. And when they leap, that's not one tiger, it's like a power of 10 tigers together. That is exactly what is to me, that is the lesson we all need to learn if we truly want to unravel the mystery of this world. What is mindfulness? And in which way it can help us to be happy, healthy, and in harmony with others that we live in. Happy, healthy, and in harmony with the universe. Why this mindfulness is so very important for each one of us? It is only for the reason that if we allow the way we have been living our life, we become robotical. We become mechanical. We go most of the time autopilot mode. If the anger comes, we become angry. Frustration comes, we become frustrated. Anyone can push the button from outside and simply explode my brain into a total disaster. I don't have the control button in my hand. Others who basically are the ones to whom I've invested all my emotions, they hold my buttons and they can run me crazy any moment. I don't have control because the others have control over me. Mindfulness is the only way by which gradually I just slow down my brain and gradually learn to understand how the mind works, how the body functions, how the breath goes in and out. What is this whole beautiful, mysterious gift that each one of us are gifted in this world? No system in the world, in no other species of life you will find this one single unique opportunity where you and I, as humans, enjoy one unique privilege. You and I only can be conscious of consciousness. You and I, of all the species of life, only we humans are unique because we can be aware of awareness. We humans only in this particular world are the ones who can choose at any point of time, should I not? I can choose my happiness or I can choose my unhappiness. I am continuously choosing. I'm a chooser. What I choose is basically on the basis of my past. And that past, if I need to completely restructure it, reorganize it, reorient it, I need to work it out. Today, this moment, mindfully, I need to get into meditative state so that the brain gradually learns to restructure its neural pathways so that the brain can show me a new world in this very world. New relationships in the very same relationship that I am in. A new perception of the same world that I live in, but seeing it from a different perspective of awareness, mindfulness, heartfulness, joy and love in my heart, empathy and compassion, forgiveness. Each of this, if they have to rise from inside my heart, which are my heart qualities, then I have to slow down. I have to practice meditation. I have to make it a gradual area of my true love, my true friendship. I need to be a good friend of my own mind. I need to be a good friend of my own body. I need to be a true friend of my own breaths, because that's my lifeline. That's the bridge between my body and my mind. My mind and the body is bridged by my breaths. So the mindfulness practices are breath oriented. Any point of time, if you really want to bring your mind from the world of absolute frustrations, negative emotions, or anything that's bothering you at any point, just switch off and switch on your own awareness about breaths. In a few seconds' time, you'll find as your mind is breathing, I'm just saying mind is breathing in the sense your mind is deeply mindful of the breaths. The more your mind becomes more and more conscious of how the air is moving in, how the air is moving out, the more meditative you are, and the mind moves out, and again you bring it back to your breath. A simple practice of being a little more deeply observing your own breath patterns. You find that your mind automatically slows down. You don't have to do anything. And the moment the mind slows down, you can't be angry, you can't be frustrated, you can't nurture any more of those negative emotions which possibly take charge of you when you are unmindful of who you are, what you are thinking. You cannot change that. So the key, what I'm trying to share in my prelude to you, after that we'll have question answer. The key to unlock the treasure that is deep inside of each one of us, waiting for us in the very core of our being. The key is our breaths. It's only through our breaths that you can control your mind, but you can never control your mind only with your mind. Try as much as you can. You will find that the mind will take you for a ride, because the mind is driven by past habits. Because the mind is basically controlled by your subconscious programs, and it's a 95% of the total of the brain space. 95% of the past memories, past habits, past patterns are driving the mind. And you are sitting here to control the mind with your 5% window of conscious mind. This is impossible. It's difficult, very difficult. Because you know, when the anger strikes you, you can't change it into compassion. You may think that how lovely it would be if I could be so much more compassionate, loving, caring, forgiving. But when you are facing a situation where your old habit overwhelms you, overpowers you, you hardly have any control, because 95% of the power is from the past. In the present moment, you have a short, small, tiny window of 5% conscious mind, and you hardly have any power over the 95%. So if we want to expand this 5% gradually, that if we want to expand the window of this 5% consciousness of our mind, we need to be more and more and more practicing times, opportunities where we can stop. We can pause, we can breathe, and we can just feel, and not just continuously, addictively think. And even without knowing what we are thinking, where we are heading, which direction. All of it, all that I'm talking about, all of it can be organized. All of it can be managed. All of it can be brought to your advantage, provided you and I, we all resolve deeply inside of us that I will not have to separately meditate in order to be spiritually in a higher place tomorrow. All that I need to do is turn my small, tiny, little daily practices, whatever little things I do every day, starting from brushing my teeth, to taking a shower, to eat, to walk, to listen, to see, to breathe, to think, to feel, each one of them. Each one of these daily rituals of our daily life can be gradually transformed by being more conscious of that act, or that conscious of that thought, or being conscious of that feeling. Once you become conscious of a feeling, the feeling changes. Once you become conscious of a thought, the thought changes. Once you become conscious of your breath, the breath changes. It's a magical thing. Your consciousness is magical. Wherever you put the light of consciousness, wherever you bring the light of awareness, that place automatically gets a different kind of a vibration, a different frequency is generated, and you are gradually uplifted to a higher dimension of beyond physical experience, of something deeper, something that you can really love, something you can truly enjoy in that moment. Yes, it is within our daily practices. We don't have to go anywhere for it. We don't have to buy anything for it. We don't need any external props for it. Nothing is needed. I only take my shower. But today I take my shower, being totally conscious of this water. What an energy is this? What a grace is this? What a blessing is this? I enter into the bath and I put the shower and there's no water. I can't take a bath. And then I have the bath, the water is coming. And then I quickly have a bath. But when I'm taking my bath, my mind is all over the world, but not in the bath space. Two, not able to even once feel extremely grateful to the energy that is water, which is just touching your skin. And you are not there to receive it. You are not there to acknowledge it. You are not there to greet it. You are not there to say, thank you so much, water, to just even feed me with your divine grace. I feel so different. Few minutes back, before you even touched me, I was feeling so tired. But this few minutes of your touch, I feel so freshened. I feel energy has changed. That means this water must be magically energetic. There is something in the water beyond the what I know about the water. But I need to acknowledge that. I need to talk it out to the water. It just can't be that I'll have the shower, get out of it, and I won't even know that I had a shower. That is how mechanical our life has become for each one of us. And at the same time, mechanically, we keep on complaining what's wrong in this world. Mechanically, we keep on talking about what's wrong with the politicians, what is wrong with this world, what is wrong with everything. But we forget one basic foundational thing, that to see the wrongs of the world, we need something wrong inside of us first. And the more our inner vision becomes right, whatever we see outside also gradually turns to be right. Because if this glass that I'm wearing, if there is something wrong with this particular glass, if it is smudgy, I can see outside it will look absolutely so blurry. That doesn't mean the outside is blurry. What it needs is that I need to just clean my glasses. Mindfulness is a practice of cleaning the mirror, the glass of our mind, our breath, our body so that it is cleansed from inside. And once our body, our mind, our breath is purified, is cleansed, is detoxified, we gradually bring in a new dimension of energy into us. This dimension of energy that I'm talking about is infinitely available without any price. This is the energy of consciousness, which I call prana. Chinese people call it chi. So this chi or the prana is like an ocean all around us, and we are like fish in the ocean of this prana. We are breathing this prana all the time. The maximum amount of prana is available to us through our breaths. And the more prana we really can take in, the more each of our cells start to dance in joy. They are no longer starved. They feel blessed. They feel healed. They don't so much suffer for lack of what is their prime need to survive. Each of this is a gift I can give to myself by just breathing little differently. And what's the difference I need to incorporate? Being conscious that I'm breathing. That's all. That's all, my dear friends. That's all we need to do in life. Nothing extraordinary that we have to do in order to be spiritual. Nothing extraordinary knowledge we need to acquire. We don't need so much knowledge. What simple knowledge we need is that I need to practice. That's all. That's all. That will make a whole lot of difference. Let all the knowledge be in the libraries. But for me, let there be a few practices to begin with. Okay, I'll walk. Every day I'll walk 10 steps. I'll walk consciously, mindfully, so that I know how I am walking, where I am walking. I must feel the touch of this beautiful Mother Earth. If I'm smiling, I need to smile consciously, mindfully. If I'm seeing, there must be a moment when I'm seeing, but at the same time seeing the seer within me. Is these eyes seeing, or my mind inside is seeing through the eyes, like the windows? Windows do not see. The one who stands behind the window and looks through the window outside sees. So also our eyes don't see. It is the mind inside, it is the consciousness inside. It is that spark of life inside, it is the prana inside that glitters through our eyes. That's what sees. So the more we become aware of this universal principle that surrounds us all the time, more we are showered with not knowledge, not wisdom, but pure experience. Experience of being available and just being thankful that I have no complaint. I'm sorry, I have no regrets either. I have no regrets and I have no complaints against anybody in this world, because I know that everything that I need, God provides me in abundance. His love is given to me in abundance without any expectation, because proof is Mother Earth. Proof is the sun. Proof is the air. Proof is all the flowing rivers. Proof is all the life around us. Abundance. No expectation whatsoever. Only thing is that we need to wake up. We need to accept. We need to acknowledge. We need to be available. And we need to gradually transcend these old patterns and create a new mindset through which we can see a new world. And that world is absolutely just what it is, without our expectation of how it should be. And then we gradually wake up to a new awakening. And that is what is all about, an enlightened state of consciousness. All reservations are gone. All notions are gone. All concepts are gone. All philosophies are gone. What remains is your being, open to the divine, open to the light, open to the universe, open to the mother. And you are continuously being showered, blessed, healed from inside out, ever safe, ever good, ever happy. The floor is open now. You talk, I don't talk.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. That's very uplifting. Does anybody have a question? I mean, yes, inspirational. I agree, Lisa. So you were saying that just by keeping these few moments, by this observation, and breath is the easiest of this observation, you can tap into this inner energy that we really are for the betterment of our lives going forward. And the interesting thing that you said is that when we feel better, the world is better. It's like the old phrase they used to have, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So what you seem to be saying that much of our distress about the world is really because of the distress within ourselves. Do you say that's about right?
Absolutely, 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 without a speck of doubt.
And therefore, when we look at these things, and people always tend to blame outside, as you said, the politicians, the leaders of this world, and everything going on. But the process starts internally. Process starts with but one single person, me, and then we move forward from that moment. Okay.
Imagine if my mind is calm. Imagine if my mind is in a state of peace. Imagine if I am in a happy state of mind. What kind of world do I see? What kind of people I see around? What kind of trees and plants and the same moon and the same stars and the same sun, the same nature, they all change. They look so different to me. But they are not different. They are the same. Only my viewing glass is changed. And my only submission to all of you is this. Let us not say it is difficult to calm the mind. Because the moment you say it is difficult to calm the mind, you are telling your mind, hey, you can't do it. It's not a question of difficult or easy. These are all levels by which you are simply postponing what is to be done now. These are tricks of mind. We are being cheated by our own mind. Nobody cheats us. We cheat ourselves day in, day out. And put the blame on somebody else because it makes things easier for us. At least I don't have to take the blunt. It's very easy. I'm unhappy because you are the one. You are the one who has always done things which I never could appreciate. I'm sorry, I just can't take it. Okay? If you can't take it, I also can't take it. Because we forget that it's not that. How perfect I am, how imperfect somebody else is. Our perfection is the prime need first. It is absolutely my inner environment. It is absolutely my inner state of mind. It's absolutely my inner thought process, positive, negative, attitudinal, that basically projects all the time through my daily behavior of life. In all my interactions, in everything that I do, at the family level or at the workplace or at the business, wherever I am interacting, it's basically continually I'm projecting my package of my own habits and patterns. I can't go beyond it. I repeat and repeat and repeat the same patterns only to intensify them and make them more stronger in my subconscious package. My only submission to all of you is this: it is high time we learn to stop between two activities. It is high time we learn to stop and pause and breathe between two thoughts. We learn to stop and breathe between two things we are about to do. Don't start doing too many things together. One piece at a time. You can't walk with 2 feet. None of us walk with 2 feet. One, with 1 foot one. That's how we walk. We are taking one breath at a time. Our heart beats one at a time. Everything in the universe, if you look at it, the nature accomplishes so much in absolute silence without asking for any credits, appreciation, applause, nothing. But all of it, this silence, yet super active, super dynamic, the nature is. Why? She's totally in tune with the universal balance of frequencies and vibrations and energies. We humans are extraordinarily smart people on earth. We try to completely shatter all these balances and yet try to claim that we are the smartest.
Yes.
Maybe it is time. It is time for all of us in the world. Maybe Corona is one of the things that is, I don't know whether it is natural, unnatural, man-made, God-made, or whatever. But one thing I know, it has created some kind of shift in consciousness to a certain extent. It can be very small, very minimal, but still somewhere people are given a chance to be in homes and maybe start thinking something different. And the only thing that I pray to God is that He, she, that gives us all this prime sense that nobody on earth can make me happy. Nobody can make me happy in this world. No good friend, no best spouse, no great child, nobody can make me happy. Until such time, I have a mindset that can sustain happiness, convert the different vibrations and different frequencies to my matching, which can uplift my mind to a state of happiness. I alone can make myself happy. Nobody can make me happy. You can offer me the best food of the world, but when I take the food, I can just say, oh, it's all rubbish. But you offered it with all love. You offered it because you know this is the best food that you can find in the world, but I may totally reject it. Any point of time, I don't like it. I need to be happy with the food, and I can be happy with the food provided I am happy. You must have seen that when you are in a happy state of mind, whatever food you take tastes so good. And when you are in a low mood for whatever reason, even the best food tastes so ugly on your tongue. You don't eat with your tongue, your mouth. You again do it all through your mind. As I said, you don't see with your eyes. You see with your mind. The same eyes, the same world appears differently at different times of the day and night. The same objects, the same stuff, the same spouse, the same relationship, they appear so differently at different times. Not because they are different at different times, because my viewing glass is different at different times. Because my state of mind is continuously working in a fashion of the past and future. Past and future. The middle part, the present, is nowhere found because I'm not practicing mindfulness. Because I'm not in the present moment. I can't touch deeply. I'm sitting face to face with each other, but I don't know. I may be thinking something else. My mind could be somewhere else. I'm sitting face to face, but maybe I'm just scrolling my phone. We are not even talking to each other. Maybe even if I am not scrolling my phone, I may be thinking something else. That means my presence is not available to someone who is in front of me. That presence of mine can come only blossom provided I am available in the present moment, not stuck to my past. Not worried and anxious torn about future, what's going to happen to this country, what is going to happen to this politics and politicians, what is going to happen to this and what is going to happen to that. Added to that, the corona has come as a huge blow. What is going to happen to me if I get corona? My point is very simple. I'm trying to share with all of you this very simple note that once we know how to take care of our mind, we have taken care of the world. I have taught this to so many people in the world by now. Before you try to set right the world, first you set right your mind, which is your world. Because your mind is your world. The world is the world, but through your mind, you are seeing the world, you are creating your world. Your perception of the world is completed through your mind plane. So your whole attention, first and foremost, should not be what's wrong with the world, but first and foremost, what are the areas that need little more light into your own heart, into your own mind. Maybe how you can change gradually the rhythm of your breaths so that the breaths can be in tune with the universal breaths. Maybe you can gradually tune your mind so that your mind could be in tune with the universal mind, God's mind, the ultimate mind. Mind is one. There are not billions of minds. There's only one mind, and that is God mind. That is the universal mind. That is the consciousness, the ocean in which we all individually are thinking I'm an individual. Enlightenment is nothing when this individual is destroyed because it's an illusion. Just as in the night when we are sleeping, in the sleep we see such dreams, and during the dreams they are concrete, solid reality. But the moment we wake up, that solid reality simply dissolves and disappears in no time. You know it's an illusion. It's just a dream.
Yes. One of the things that is coming through on the questions is that this world seems to favor those who can multitask, who can think of many things at the same time, not have any pause between thoughts, and that's how we're rewarded. And in this environment where everything's just frantic, especially at work, how do you tie in this quietness of attitude of one thought at a time in an environment that requires this multitasking?
Beautiful. As I said, every day, each one of you, each one of us get so many opportunities where we are not forced to do multitasking, where we can stop, we can pause, we can learn to do things a little differently. As I say, when you go to your bathroom, nobody forces you to do multitask.
Yeah.
When you are taking a shower, nobody's forcing you to do 10 things together. When you are brushing your teeth, you hardly know what it is for the bristles to touch your gum, your teeth, how you are moving your brush, what is the feeling. The whole idea is to bring the mind at that centered point where you're trying to focus, so that mind which has become out of focus gradually must learn the skill to be focused. We have all lost attention. That's the reason everybody's attention deficient. What we learn through brushing mindfully is just to bring the attention to brushing. Here, no boss forces me to do 10 things. But yes, I can assure you all, if you can do one dish in the sink when you are washing your dish, if you can really see the clouds, if you can see the trees, if you can see the air, if you can see the earth, if you see the water, all of them participating in doing the dishes, not you, not you. You are not doing the dishes. Minus water, you can't do the dishes. Minus that soap, you can't do the dishes. Minus that sink, you can't do the dishes. And the water comes from so many other elements. So there are so many factors. All the trees are breathing, so you are breathing. Because you are breathing, your hands are moving. You are not doing alone. That's the reason, initially, the first word that I started this discussion is that sense of doership is false. The whole purpose of mindfulness, the whole purpose of our life, one single purpose of our life is not to be a millionaire, a billionaire, and a success story. There has been millions of success stories. Nobody even remembers it for a second today. They have all gone into the pages of history, just rusting there. Nobody has time. But yes, I can tell you, every day, every words of Buddha is repeated and re-quoted everywhere. By Buddha, I don't mean only Gautam, Siddhartha. I'm talking about those who have reached the highest state of that particular enlightened state. By Buddha, I mean when we have transcended the bounds of our own self-created projections of our own mind. That's the time when we see the reality as they are. I'll take one question from here. So multitasking is not efficient, yet it is a required skill for many jobs. I assure you, once you know how to do one task right, you will juggle, and you will juggle, and it will not be a multitask. You will find that you'll be able to shift your attention consciously. In multitasking, the actual damage you do to your brain, because you are hurrying between different things, your attention is completely zigzag. It's completely a mess. Multitasking damages your brain immensely because you are doing something to the brain is not used to. The more you learn mindfulness, you can do 10 tasks together, but you will know that you are doing one task at a time. That's the beauty of it. That is the art, that is the skill which you will learn provided you consistently practice for a long period of time. And sorry, if you think overnight you can achieve it, you are simply daydreaming. It's an absolute illogical proposition, which I would never accept. Every skill that you have learned to repeat it. Today, if I read these few lines, I can just read it once, I just scan through it. But I know when I was a child, I took so much time to first write the alphabet A, and then alphabet B. Oh, this is A, this is B. But today I don't even see A, B. I can read lines at one stroke. This is my skill of the brain. I've done it a million times. The brain knows. I don't have to read. The brain reads. So any skill that you want to learn, even this, in the midst of multitasking, how you could be single tasking is an art of mindfulness that you can learn, provided you break up your whole day's activities into small pieces and make them all your small things of daily life and bring the attention, consciousness, awareness, and do it by being alive to it, by being available to it. You do it with your heart. We do it in love. Then you don't get bored. You don't get rusted, drained, fatigued, stressed. You won't get, because you'll be enjoying every bits and pieces of it. So it's no wonder why we get stressed at work. Can we be mindful at work without quitting? How not? Could you please explain the difference between mindfulness and meditation? Sure, mindfulness is a practice. Meditation is a state. I repeat, mindfulness is a practice. Meditation is a sleep. When you go to sleep, all that you do in order to have a peaceful sleep is you just prepare your bed, and finally you switch off your light and make sure that you are lying down very relaxed, and you know only when you are totally relaxed, tension-free, gradually you will suddenly get into sleep. But sleep has to happen to you. You cannot force sleep upon you. You can do everything on earth. You can get the best bed, switch off the lights, have the aroma, have everything, the best music that you need. Yet, you'll be tossing on the bed for the whole night if it is not happening. Just as sleep happens, I'm telling you, your mindfulness will take you one day when suddenly, without your least expectation, you will find that you are gripped by meditation. And sorry, you have not done it. As long as you do meditation, you will never have meditation. Because meditation is a state. As long as you do try to sleep, you'll never get sleep. But when you sleep, you do not know all your try, all your doings have dropped, have disappeared. Meditation like happen. Sleep has to happen. So try to be initially bringing your mind to every tiny little acts of your day-to-day life. And I'm telling you, take it from me, a few things done consciously will give you so much confidence, so much change your perspective, view of life. Your emotional pattern will change. You will be the witness of your own changes happening to you. And once you see the changes, you will be triggered to do more and more and more such wonderful miracles of your life. You will be the miracle maker. You will enjoy that I can do miracles. And not that some Babas can do miracles. So I'm just trying to share all of this because I wish each one of you take each day as a gift. And don't repeat yesterday. Today is not yesterday. Once this evening is gone, take it from me. For the rest of your life, you can never create this evening other than in pictures and memory cards. This evening gone is gone. This afternoon gone is gone. You can never get it again. Tomorrow's afternoon will be totally different. Maybe you will get news from around the world. Totally different. Today is totally different. This moment is totally different. Every moment is unique of its kind. And all of it is only possible provided we are available to it. We are open up to this reality that the moment I just sit quiet and allow this calmness to gradually surround me, I'm available. I'm not forcing myself. I know thoughts are crisscrossing my mind. I can simply watch as I watch the clouds crossing the different parts of the sky. So also I see my mind having different kinds of emotions, different kinds of feelings, different kinds of thoughts. They come, they stay, they disappear. They never stay. No thoughts stay. No feelings stay. Anything that comes has to go. Anything that's created has to be destroyed. Anything that comes has to go. So also all that comes into my mind, they come, they go, they don't stay there. In meditation, in mindfulness, what I do is that I become a keen observer of my own mind's thoughts and feelings. I don't try to judge them. I don't try to level them. I don't try to put tags on them that they are good, they are bad, they are ugly, nothing of its kind. I see them as they are, as if it is happening to somebody else, and I don't try to be judgmental about it. I don't bring about anything by which I could suffer with guilt, with shame, with any of the things by which I belittle myself. No way. I'm just observing the thoughts as they are. You see, it's coming from inside of me. Yes, let it come. Because they are in the subconscious mind. They are now gradually released. They are surfacing, and I'm allowing them to simply just disappear from my system. Oh, thank you so much. Come, disappear. I'm only observing. I'm not going to play with you anymore. I'm not going to say how bad you are. I'm not going to say what is shame. I'm not going to say it's a sense of guilt. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to see and say goodbye. That way, gradually, our mind is purged. Our mind is purged of all those garbages that are there in our subconscious mind, which just appears from time to time in their congenial environment from outside as they push buttons, and then just triggers all those negative emotions out of us. And then we are into bad moods, and then we suffer the consequences of it. Simple. Everyday practice to release my mind's clutters. Everyday practice to feel my breath little closer proximity. Gradually give you the grip over your own mind, will give you the grip over your own system of habits. And you'll see that you're changing. And the moment you change from inside, even if outside doesn't change, it doesn't affect you as bad as it was. Even if you cannot change the outside, even if you cannot change the persons you wished they changed, doesn't matter. As long as my inner system changes, as long as my glasses change, nothing anymore affects me, because now I am available to a higher frequency, higher energy, higher source within me, outside of me, from the whole universe and from the being, from the core of my being. All are in interaction, in working in a higher level of energy and vibration and frequency. I need to uplift myself to that, to be available. Everyday practice is a must. Not knowledge. Just sit with your own body. Feel your body. You don't have to know. The moment you know, you are bringing in your past notions about your body, which is an obstacle. The more you know, the more obstacles you face on the way. Less you know, better, because at least you have no preconceived notions which will be crowding your mind. You are a person who is not a very knowledgeable person. Then what are you? A practitioner. A practitioner into the world of unknowable. As long as it was a study of physics, that was absolutely logical. As long as it was a science of medicine, it was absolutely logical. But when you are trying to know your consciousness, the more empty you are, the better. Because it is a process of unlearning and not learning. You have had enough of learning. You have stuffed your brain with so much of learning. You can teach the world other than yourself. You can be a great teacher, and that's the reason I objected to Ramanujan's side. There he said, he's a great teacher. I said, sorry, I'm not a teacher. I'm a student. Teacher is the mother divine. She's the only teacher. Teaches 24/7 all the time. Okay, it's up to us how much we learn, how much we reject. The fact is, there is only one teacher. All of us are reflecting. You are also a teacher to your own child, to your own friend, to your own husband, to your own wife, to your own people, because there are moments when you talk out of your mind, talk out of your heart, certain words, which changes the pattern of thoughts of others. Then you are a teacher. You influence others without even knowing. Your thoughts do bring changes in others without your knowledge. You are a teacher at that moment. So there is a teacher in each one of us. There's a saint in each one of us. There is a Buddha awaiting to be once again back into its own beautiful blossoming. It's a natural process, and we just have to make ourselves available to it. So yes, dear friends, I repeat. Anita, yoga life to everyone. I always thought I failed at meditation as I struggled to stay awake. Is it okay to fall asleep when we practice mindfulness? I assume not, but sometimes this happens when we are focusing on breath. I'm sorry, you are just saying something just opposite of mindfulness. How do you know that you are falling asleep? There must be a knower. Anitaji, just tell me, how do you know that you are dozing off? There was some awareness in it. That awareness is mindfulness. The moment you become aware that your mind is fleeting, that awareness of your mind fleeting away from your breath is mindful. You are mindful that something is happening in your environment, some sound, some noise, something from inside, some difference in your feeling. You are aware. Previously, you were not aware. You were dozing all the time, but you were not aware. You were forgetting all the time, but you were not aware. But now, because you have started practicing mindfulness, there will be moments when your body's accumulated fatigue will demand that doze off. Don't stop, please. Give it. Your body is demanding it. You are not able to sleep at night enough. The day you learn to sleep deep at night for a few hours, you will be sitting for hours on without dozing off. But before that, don't force yourself. Before that, just become aware that sleep is coming to you. Doesn't matter. Welcome, embrace, hug, love it. Don't reject, don't resist. Your mindfulness only demands your awareness of what is happening, but don't try to level it with your own do's and don'ts. Because all your do's and don'ts are man-made. They're useless stuff. Someone must have said it. And that someone is not you. You are a unique piece in this world. Be yourself. So all the do's and don'ts, just simply forget about it. You start practicing your own path, and you start to walk your own path, and you learn your own experiences. And through that, you will gradually know that you are one unique person to have come in this world to walk unique path to ultimate flowering. I hope you will agree with me, yes or no?
Yes, no, thank you for answering that. That was really good. Thank you.
So let's keep ourselves very open, open to everything. But only thing is this: open to everything without a judgment. Open to only awareness of certain things happening to us. And only those are happening to us which are already in us, not outside of us. They're inside of us. They're only surfacing. What's wrong? What's wrong? Why do you put a wrong level on it? That this is a virtue, this is a sin. Who told us? Who is giving these definitions? Who is creating these definitions? You'll say these are social norms. Okay, great, follow it. But when it comes to practice of awareness, don't get over judgmental. What is needed is a very open heart to just feel what is happening. and be available to it in such a manner. Gradually and gradually it becomes more like when you go to a therapist is none but ear. She or he goes on listening to your blah, 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 blah for 2 hours and takes money from you. You need somebody to whom you can just open up. But my point is, your practice of mindfulness, your practice of meditation is the job of the therapist done without a penny. You are opening up to the therapist who is your own mind, and all the garbage is coming, and you are not judging. No commentary run, no parallel commentary. You are simply watching, like you have gone to see a picture. It's already filmed before, and it's projected on a huge screen, and you can't change it. It's what it is. So also in your mind plane, when your past memory is already filmed, is being projected by the light of consciousness on the screen of your consciousness and mind, don't be judgmental. Just observe. Your observation is the basis of all transformations. All transformations will be happening to you provided you start to be an observer. Observation is meditation. Meditation is not concentration. Meditation is not single-pointed focus. Meditation is not sitting like a Buddha. Meditation is just available, being open. When you are you are not faking yourself. You don't feel the need to fake yourself. When you are original to yourself, at least those moments are the moments you are original to yourself. You don't have to fake yourself for this world. Mindfulness will unmask us, because we all need it anyway. If you like me, I'm happy. If you don't like me, I'm happier. If you say that I'm a sadhu, I say, is it? If you say you are a thief, I said, is it? Because neither of these I am. I know I am not a sadhu. I know I am not a thief. Then what are you? The child of the Divine Mother. That's it. Good enough. Good enough for me. Now you keep on putting all your levels over me. It's your game. I'm not a part of it. But people get so much addicted to what others are saying in this world that they simply ruin their own lives. My only submission is this. Only daily practice of small things of daily life done in a spirit of mindfulness can totally change our inside, and life flows from inside out. And once we change the way we look into this world, once we change our mind and its habitual patterns, and once we can see things with a calm state of mind, once our brain waves comes to settle down and slow down, and once we feel in tune with the energy and the frequencies of a higher world, we are completely showered with divine blessings moment to moment, and then there will be no space for any complaint or regrets in our life. Period.
That's wonderful.
You will agree with me or not?
Yes. Yeah, I think you're getting thumbs up from all over.
Where is the place for complaint?
Yes.
And I really share with you this. Somebody asked me, what is your definition of success? I said, to live life without regrets and die without regrets.
Yes, indeed.
My success story is not how many disciples I have made in my life and how big is my ashram. How big is the meditation hall which can accommodate 2 million people under it? How many thousands of acres I have acquired for my ashram? These are not my success stories, please. My success story has to be very, very intimate. It has to be something very, very normal, natural. I want to live this day. Today, I want to live without regrets. When I'm talking to you, I'm not faking. I'm talking through my heart, not through my head. I'm not talking one word that I have not practiced in my life. And I shall not talk a single word that I have not practiced in my life. I will not talk from any scriptures. I will not quote any scriptures, the Holy Scriptures. I'll only talk what I have practiced and found to be working. That's all I'll do. And I'll learn from you as long as you share with me what you practice and what you want to share with me. I'll take it, but don't tell me what your Holy Scriptures talk about. But I have all my respects for all the greatest of the Holy Scriptures, but I don't want to be bookish. I have seen too many people who are like paroquets. Blah, 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 all the time. Great knowledge. But where is that humility? Where is that humbleness? Where is that grace? Where are you? As long as I am giving you, I cannot give you. The day I don't give you, that is the day it is given. And that's the reason in Hindu philosophy, we so much love Lord Krishna. He, of all the different instruments, he has chosen, he is very smart, he has chosen a flute. And he knows the beauty of a flute. The flute is one where the bamboo is without any blocks inside, and there are some holes, and then you play and it produces the music. But that bamboo has to be without any blocks. So also the day our body, mind, breaths are aligned in such a manner like a bamboo without any obstacles, where all the pranas are playing inside without any obstacles and obstructions. When inside of us the energy, the vibration, the frequencies are in tune with the universal one, we have become the flute, and now we are ready to be picked up by Krishna to put on his lips and play the music of life, which is celebration. So we are born here to be beautiful flutes. Our success story comes only the day we have become a true good flute, not a billionaire. To kill Mother Earth and become rich. That's not our success story. Our true success story is that I just become a nobody, yet the whole universe plays through me. And I'm amazing words. I don't claim anything. I live today without regrets. And when the time is up, the Lord says, yes, my child, you are done. Great, come. You simply take a leap. From out of the bounds of ignorance of death into the world of actual reality of deathlessness. Asato ma sadgamay, tamaso ma jyotirgamay, mrityur mam amrutam gamay. From death to immortality you transcend. That's the Vedic Rishi's pronouncements to the whole of humanity, irrespective of what religion they belong to, irrespective of what faiths they follow, irrespective of what traditions they believe in. It's an open offer to the whole of humanity. Look here, my child, you're born deathless. Your birth is only a perception of your mind. As much in dream you see you, which is only a false you and not you. In waking up, you see it was a false you. Only when you wake up, you see that it was a false you, not before that. During the dream state, you only saw you as solid. So also a day has to come by God's grace when we can all wake up from our slumber of ignorance and unconsciousness and unmindfulness to a state wherein we'll all be available to that ultimate light. The deep inside, our being is the witness, and not we are not doers. We have not come in this world to do and die. We have come in this world to learn that we are non-doers, but at the same time we are come in this world to learn and realize that we are beings of light. Birthless, deathless spirits of joy and celebration. Thank you so much. I think I have taken so much of your beautiful time, and I thoroughly from my heart, I pray to God for each one of you.
Thank you very much indeed. That was a wonderful.
If you are all okay with me,
it's very uplifting. I think everybody is really appreciative of that.
Thank you for today. Can we just sit in our own places for a couple of minutes and do a small meditation for all of you? Okay? Is it okay for all of you?
Yes,
right.
Sure.
Please sit with your back little straightened up wherever you are, in a kind of a dignified posture. Those of you who have been practicing meditations, you all know that this particular mudra, which we call where the thumb and the index finger join together, this is called Chin Mudra or Dhyana Mudra, which means this is like a circuit. The moment I do this, instantly the brain gets a prompt. And that prompt is calm down, concentrate. The moment I do this, it's like I'm telling my brain, hey, it's time. Yes, where the thumb and the index finger, they join together. This is a mudra, which is called Chin Mudra. Ramji, in future, and Sonaliji, in future, I want to come to your platform one day. That day I'll talk about pranayama and do some practices of pranayama and do some beautiful, things by which you really learn some simple things by which you can. I've only been talking the theory part today. At least that's the day when we'll be working on it. We'll be practicing some practices of pranayamas and some yoga practices, which you can do it right here. Now let's, as I said, and you can rest both of your hands over your knees or thighs, anywhere you are comfortable. Push your shoulders a little back and make sure your spine is erect, your head and chin up, and your whole body is completely firmly seated wherever you are. And if you are sitting on a couch or a chair, make sure both of your feet are touching the ground. For that matter, you have to come a little forward on your chair. You have to do that, but make sure both your feet are grounded well. So once you have done, this is called the asana part. The first part is asana. That means providing a seat to your body. And the seat has to be one of comfort. The seat has to be one by which you can hold your body to be the recipient of divine light that has to descend into your system from the higher world. All the yogis, all the rishis, all the seers, and all the ascended masters, they'll be pouring their grace into us the moment we are ready for it. Please close your eyes gradually. As you close your eyes, you are shutting out 80% of the data that you were collecting and putting into your brain for deciphering and processing. So you're not processing anymore 80% of the data that was entering through your eyes. That is the reason why in meditation we try to close our eyes so that our brain doesn't have to work so much. so that we can allow the brain to naturally slow down. The whole idea is that throughout the day, the brain is working so much hard, gets stressed, tired. Feel your whole body from head to the toes. Minding the moment you are sitting quiet and you're just observing your body, you can feel the body from inside because now you are conscious of your body. The moment you are conscious of your body, you can also say that now I feel totally relaxed. I feel my skull relaxed. I feel all the facial muscles simply opening up. And I'm smiling like a child. At this moment, this very moment, I'm available to the moment. The muscle jaws are just opening up, all tensions. Relax your neck muscles and completely release all the toxins. And drop your shoulders, please. Drop your shoulders. The more you're conscious of your shoulders and releasing all your hold, you gradually feel that all the toxins that have been locked there are gradually getting released. You are basically getting detoxified. Feel both of your arms and your hands, your palms, your fingers, and the tips of your fingers. Feel the center of your palms for a few seconds. Just your attention to the center of your palms. You will feel something is moving there. It's the energy. As such, we are not made of flesh and bones. We are made of energy, energy, and energy. We are energy bodies vibrating with the rest of the universe. Gradually bring your mind towards your shoulders again and just feel your chest muscles. Relax all the muscles around your chest and feel your lungs. Feel your heart. Become available to the bits of your heart. And say, thank you, my dear heart, for being so loving, so caring. Since I was born, you have never stopped for a second. Even in my deep sleep, you have worked day and night to keep me alive. I'm so thankful to you for being so healthy. I have a healthy heart, healed. I have healthy lungs, healed. Gradually move towards your abdomen and see how with each inhalation and with each exhalation, your chest and abdomen rises and falls. Like the waves in the ocean, your body is also the same pattern, rise and fall, as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Move towards your legs, your knees, your ankles, your toes, your soles of the feet touching the ground. Or if you're sitting, you feel the touch of the floor or the bed or whatever. The contact point between your body and the external support which you have taken to make it sit. Now you have traveled the length and breadth of your mini universe, your own body. For a few seconds, bring your mind to your breaths now. Take a deep breath, please. And exhale. Take a deep, conscious breath. And exhale consciously. Now, please try to be very awake, very conscious, and observe your incoming and outgoing breaths. As you breathe in, you say to yourself, I know I am breathing in. As you breathe out, you say to yourself, I know I'm breathing out. Knowing I breathe in, knowing I breathe out. I know the air is moving in as I breathe in. And I know the air is moving out as I breathe out. Now I am in contact with the universal source of prana, which is entering through my nostrils into my body, rejuvenating every cell, giving me health, healing. This very moment, I'm rejuvenated. As I breathe consciously, prana inside my body, not just oxygen. Watching my breath come and go. If the mind goes anywhere, just become mindful where it is going. And lovingly bring the mind back to your breath. Just trying to observe your breath. Don't force, just become available. You are anyway breathing, and you are just trying to know that you are breathing in, trying to know you are breathing out. You are knowingly breathing in, you are knowingly breathing out. This is the practice of mindfulness. Doing things knowingly. Same breaths throughout the day you have been doing, but now for the first time you are breathing consciously with awareness. And it makes so much difference because your mind is slowed down. You feel your body relax, your mind coming down, and your breath so rhythmic. This is the gift of mindfulness. This is the magic of mindful breaths. This is your gift to yourself. These happy, relaxed moments are your creation. Nobody, you have created it for you. It is your gift to you. Gradually now, once again, bring your mind to your consciousness of the body. Feel both the feet touching the ground and feel grounded. Feel the environment around you, the calmness inside, and the beautiful positive energy all around you. Just send forth healing vibrations to all beings on earth. Say, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. In body and mind. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. May I see the good and God in each other. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavan Bhavit. May in this world nobody be afflicted with miseries and pains and agonies. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Please chant inside of you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. May peace prevail. May peace prevail. May peace prevail. I can gradually open your eyes when you are ready. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm sure this gift that you gave to yourself, you enjoyed it.
Yes, we surely did. Thank you very much indeed.
The best part of it is this. I've not gone to any mall or shopping center for this. I've not bought anything from the market. I've not acquired anything from books. I've not done anything. What I've done is, yes, I have a body. I was just being conscious of the body. Yes, I'm breathing. I just became conscious of my breath. Yes, my mind is all over the world. Yes, I was conscious. The mind was all over the world. I was just become conscious of the things that I have since my birth. My mother who gave me birth, she gave me a body, she gave me the breath, she gave me a mind. So I have it all wherever I am. I don't need anything else to be happy in this world. I proved it to you all. In a few minutes' time, you have taken yourself to a complete different world. A world inside of you, which is full of moments of silence and peace. Few moments, but then tangible silence and tangible peace. I only pray to all of you, till we meet again, through the help of Sonaliji and Ramanujamji. Till we meet again, I beg each one of you with folded hands, please don't deprive yourself of moments of mindfulness. Same things you do every day, no problem. Habitually you do every day, no problem. But try to bring in the dimension of your consciousness. Do it little differently, and that difference is the dimension that now I know I am breathing in, now I know I am breathing out. So when I breathe in, I know I am not breathing out, I'm breathing in. That is mindfulness. When I'm breathing out, I know I'm breathing out, I'm not breathing in. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm saying. I say something and regret afterwards. Why did I say it all? It is unmindfulness, it is forgetfulness. Please practice, please practice, please practice. And I'm sure your happiness is the only way by which you can be happy and you can make others happy. But others can never make you happy. Your happiness is your creation, is your gift to yourself, and you can make others happy. But others cannot make you happy. So once this little wisdom is in our heart, then we can simply cherish that particular wisdom and live every day as far as possible with a heart of practice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.